I'm Mrs. Sim Gamer,
And I'm Farmer Sim.
and welcome back to Purbeck 22, our cross-play multiplayer series. How are you, Farmer
Hello,
Sim?
everybody. I'm good, thank you, mate. How are you?
I'm good. I've got a coffee in a hand and ready to do some virtual farming.
Excellent. Yes, I have a coffee sat by me, steaming away.
Oh,
Wake up juice.
wake up, go juice. That's what we call
Yeah,
it.
absolutely. A vital part of every day.
It is. It really is.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we've got a busy day ahead of us, as expected. We've got our cornfield and our sugar beet field both ready in September.
We certainly have, haven't we? Yep, we've got, as every day is on a farm, it's a busy day. We've got lots to do. So, yeah, well, how do you think we best approach this, mate? What would you like to do first?
Well, I'm happy doing whichever job. One doing corn, one topping. That's basically the two options, isn't it?
Okie dokie. I got no problem in jumping in the swarm of bees harvester if you like. I'll make a start on the corn if you like, and if you fancy having a topping,
Yeah, I can do some topping. In the
excellent.
meantime, what I'll do, let me pull. Do you want to jump in? I've pulled this out so that you can attach, but I think I might need to pull it forward further because
Ah, okay,
you could
yeah,
probably just get round to that field, can't you, from there?
yes, I think I can. Yes, I shall.
So if I move
Yeah,
this
because
out a
I need.
little bit further, you're going to need more
Yeah,
moving
well,
space than
I'm going
that.
to need to I'm going to need to take the header off this one, aren't I? Because we need the other header.
Yeah, I don't think you can't. Can you negotiate your way round? Probably not.
Oh, do you know what? Yeah, we
With it
don't need the header
attached.
trailer, do we? I'll just.
That's what I'm
If
thinking.
you
Can you do it?
Yeah, yeah. If I just attach this corn header now, and if you can,
Give you some more space?
that's it. Thank you very much.
Ooh,
Where are we?
sorry, I'm just having a little
Having a
playtime.
merv.
Yeah, I'm having playtime with all this unnecessary stuff which is in the yard, which we didn't put there.
Oh, I know. Yeah. There we go. Well, I've almost successfully made it out without bashing the corn header into our workshop.
That's decent. I'll bring the trailer out with you with your fent on, okay?
Oh, thanks. Yeah, yeah. I was gonna come back. Well, if you want to, you concentrate on picking up whatever
No,
bits of equipment you need, and
don't you
I'll.
worry. I'm already in your fent, so and it will take me
Thanks, mate.
seconds.
Okie dokie.
I am
Right,
on
let's
my
get this thing
way.
unfolded. And there we go. Working in neighbouring fields today, mate.
We are. It's going to be a busy episode. It's
It
always.
really is.
Do you know what? It's my absolute favourite harvesting things that we sowed ourselves.
Absolutely.
It
Yep.
just it feels really wholesome.
We're we're reaping what we sow, quite literally.
Yes, and we actually have had full harvest on everything. We've sown and
Yep.
we've done the full cycle on all of these.
Yeah, you're right. We have, haven't we?
I'm
We've
gonna.
still got a lot of. We've still got quite a few empty fields now, though, haven't we? We've got a
Oh
lot of
gosh,
prep to
a lot.
crack on with. Once we've got this lot out the ground, the work
That
doesn't stop there, does it?
no, it doesn't. It certainly doesn't. I've left that there for you.
Thank you very much, mate. Thank you very much. Door to door delivery.
Door to door delivery. I just call me Deliveroo.
Yeah. So how are you, mate? How's your week been?
Pretty good, pretty good. As you know, but
Excellent.
everyone else doesn't know, I have taken delivery of my brand new PC.
Oh, you have, haven't you? You've delved into the dark world of PC gaming, haven't you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm.
Mm-hmm. Uh,
Yeah. A quick question. Oh no, I figured
yes.
out myself. Sorry. It's a pull behind, isn't it? That topper.
Yes.
Yeah. There's wheels
I
on it.
think I've got a funny feeling. So I'm sure somebody did say. Do you know what? Bear with me 2 seconds. I need to turn the volume of this horrific thing down. It's
That thing. Oh, I just want to put an explosive in it and just go kapow.
honestly. Do you know what? When you're trying to have a conversation and I'm I don't know whether it's just because of the volume of my headset that I'm listening to it on, but obviously I'm just very conscious that our viewers, sorry, will be just overwhelmed with the horrible noise that this thing makes. Anyway, sorry, I've turned it down a bit. Right, what were you saying? You had a question, didn't you? Or
Yeah,
did you
no,
answer it yourself in?
I think I've answered it myself because it's got the ties on the back, so it makes sense to pull.
Right. I'm sure somebody did say in one of the comments going back quite a few videos that I think you can run it on the front and then run the harvester on the back at the same time, but they're both different widths, aren't they? So
Yeah,
I don't know whether it'd be
I think I'll just do it
prudent
this
to
way.
do that or not.
And looking at the tech, it looks like it pulls this
I
way.
see. Yeah. There does tend to be an obvious way of doing it, doesn't there? If you look at the design of the implement.
Absolutely. So yes, before I interrupted myself, yes, I have delved into the PC world. Um,
Yep.
I am
Very exciting.
bearing in mind, guys, I have been using Macintoshes now for 15 plus probably years, and I
Yep.
am a huge Apple and Mac fan. So it's taken me quite some time because I am also because of the price of the thing. Um, it was eye-wateringly expensive, but then to
It
some
is a
people
selfish machine.
it is quite. Yeah, you helped me spec it. You had fun spending my money, didn't you?
Well, I was just.
You were
Yes,
like,
I
yeah,
suppose.
that's a good one. That's a good one. I was like, buddy, it's like 3.5 grand now.
Yeah, yeah,
And I was
yeah.
like, oh well. So
I'm a bad influence. What can
you're
I say?
terrible influence.
Yes.
But I've actually put it on the business, so because I run, as you all know, if you've watched us for a while, I run my own limited company. So I'm able to put this on the business because any earnings I make on YouTube actually go straight into my business anyway. I don't know if you knew that.
There you go.
And I'm also going to use it as my work computer. So I spent yesterday. I booted it up super fast, amazing. I'll put pictures and the spec up as well on my community chat.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, and I'm sending you text messages like every 5 minutes, aren't I? With like,
Can I just say it took from the text message I got when you said it's arrived, and I had a photograph of it sitting on your floor. It was probably 20 minutes before one of the messages said this is going out the window.
it's good job. It's good job. It's too heavy for me to throw out the window. Because
Yes.
everything that is so simple on a Mac is so difficult on a PC. But then I really do, because my dad works for Boeing, so he always has had to use PCs. They have to be like security beefed up Dells.
Yeah, yeah.
And he finds even though he has an iPad and an iPhone, he finds using Macs difficult and illogical. And
Yeah.
I find PCs and Microsoft difficult and illogical. So I think it's just what you're used to. But am I enjoying the challenge? No, not really. I'm not having fun. But it is fast, it is beautiful, and I cannot wait to start gaming on it because I've downloaded 2 games so far. Farm Sim,
2 games, of
yep,
course.
and I haven't opened it yet, but I have gone ahead and bought Starfield.
Oh, that's right. Do you know what? That one had slipped my mind because I knew you were very keen on getting hold of that, and yeah.
In fact, it's the one game which tipped me over the edge because I've been speaking to you about a PC for ages.
Yes.
And I've been so reluctant because I know how useless I am on Microsoft because my brain is so geared towards Mac products.
Yeah. You will get there though, mate. I promise you that it
Yeah.
will become
It will just
second
click.
nature. It
Yeah.
will. It will literally just right click, as it were, and you'll be fine.
Good pun.
Well, I try. It does take a bit of time. I know. It was a couple of years ago now. My sister gave me her old iMac. One of them ones that's just like it's just a screen with everything in it.
Yeah, I've got one of those as well. Just sitting
Oh, have you?
behind. Yeah, just sitting behind me. I haven't used it in
Literally
10 years.
sponsored. It's probably the same one, to be honest. And she gave me that, so I was obviously being a computer geek. I was happy to take that on and just fiddle with it. And it's a whole different process. Just navigating the interface, the operating system and all that. Because I'm trying to think what the one was called on. I can't think what the name of the operating system was called. I'm sure it was named after a mountain. Oh, that sounds daft. What was it?
No. They've just released a new operating system just now, because of course
Right.
with the new iPhone coming out, they tend to in March and September release new hardware.
Oh,
Sorry,
okay.
new
Right.
hardware and new software. They pair the
Okay.
two together. So I think the iPhone is now up to 17, iOS 17. I think I saw.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
So I haven't downloaded that on my phone yet. I was like, I've got enough going on. I don't need an
Yeah.
iPhone update at the same time. But yeah,
That's the thing with such a technologically orientated life that a lot of us lead now. It can get quite overwhelming, can't it? When, like you, for example, you've just bought yourself a new PC. You've got to do all that. You've got to update this. You've got to sort out drivers for your ridiculous graphics card. But then you've got to update your software on your phone. You've got to update the software on your what's it called? The Mac laptop.
yeah, I've got the MacBook. I've got a MacBook Pro, which is
MacBook.
5 years old, and I've got another MacBook Pro that needs the keyboard fixing somewhere, which is about maybe 8 years old, and then I've got my iMac, which is probably it was one of my first ones, so it's probably 15. I think it's 15 years old, the first one I ever had.
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah.
I've just not sold them. I've just not got round to it, or I don't know.
It just.
They're just here. They're part of my history now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I did say about sending one to you if you wanted one. They're just sitting here doing
Well,
nothing.
it is very kind. I must. If there's, I do like fiddling with computers and stuff, but there does become a point. I've tried it with old laptops. Like my dad will say, "Oh, I've got a laptop here. I'm not using. Do you want it?" And I'll think, "Oh, yeah, okay." So I'll bring it home and I'll fiddle with it. But it's just, I'll get it
Collects
working.
dust.
Well, yeah. There becomes a point where you've not really got any use for it
Yeah.
unless it's capable of handling modern day stuff. It's just a bit redundant.
Pointless.
If
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
I mean, the stuff that we do, the stuff that we do, my MacBook Pro now does handle it. I render all of my videos on iMovies.
You do, don't you?
So
Yeah,
it is capable. It's just it's
yeah,
got to that stage, and I think I spoke to you about this. One of the biggest problems with Macintosh hardware is it ages very quickly, very
yes,
quickly. Do you need that
yes.
emptying?
No, I've got this, mate. Don't worry. It's. I don't know what percentage is that. I've already. This is my
Just
second.
50%.
Second. Oh, is it? Oh, we're all right then. Yeah, this is. I'm on my second hopper unload here.
Nice.
But yeah, they do. Yeah, they do, don't they? They age very quickly. It's like a
Yeah.
loaf of bread.
Yeah, the mold is real.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But us Mac people, we just don't care. We'll just get another one. But this time
Tell you.
I've kind of just game. You know how much I love gaming. I've loved gaming since I was, I don't know, probably before I could walk. Um, so I adore my PlayStation. It's an incredible bit of kit.
Yeah, yeah. They
But
are good
I'm
things. One-stop shop for gaming, so to speak.
Yeah, but I'm limited. I'm limited to the games. I'm limited to the mods, even mods on. I think they'll have mods on Starfield and things like that. And I sat there and I thought, well, if I want to play Starfield, why don't I just get an Xbox as well? and so I have an Xbox and a PlayStation and my
Yeah.
Mac. And I thought no, because
But
one of my big reasons was wanting to get access to Farm Sim. Um,
the full plethora of Farm Sim and all the mods and course play and
yeah,
auto drive and all the big maps.
all the big maps, and also we've had a couple of discussions, haven't we, about getting a dedicated server between us.
Yes, we have. Yeah, that is something that's I do put a little bit of thought into now and again. It's something I've been meaning to do because at the minute we're just relying when we play this series. We're just relying on the game servers. These are giant servers, are they? I take it if we're playing.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
must be Giant's own servers.
yeah.
But I tell you what, we haven't had that many issues apart from when we went to go and look at the new Court Farms on PlayStation, where you couldn't
Yes,
connect, could you?
that's
Oh,
right.
both
Yeah,
of us.
and I think that was actually
Universal.
when I was browsing the internet. Apparently, a lot of people had those problems on that day. There was
Yeah.
something wrong with apparently with the giant servers, and anything cross-play just wasn't working for some reason. And according to a few posts on a few Farm Sim Facebook pages, there was Giants were a bit baffled as to what the problem was as well. So, but we're playing cross-play now. Everything seems to be relatively hunky-dory. It seems
Yeah.
to be working relatively smoothly.
Absolutely, and I really, really appreciate the fact that Giants have gone to such great lengths to make sure cross-play is possible. And
It is a good thing. It is
it's
cool.
amazing because not many. Let's take one of the biggest gaming franchises in the world, Grand Theft Auto. They can't cope with crossplay, even to the point where PS4 and PS5 can't play on the same.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
interesting. I didn't know that. Goodness me. Yeah.
So when I suppose my understanding is that Giants have really spent a lot of time, money, and effort focusing on their own engine, as it were, their own.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
yeah, and I just take my hats off because I know how hard that must be to do that.
No, absolutely. Considering the game engine itself is entirely created by Giants, it's not like they use a game engine that runs in other computer games like Battlefield or any other franchise for that matter. It's the game engine that runs Farm Sim is unique to Farm Sim because the game itself is unique. I know I've read quite a few comments over the years of frustrated players who, without being rude to anybody, obviously that there's a relative lack of understanding as to the science behind the actual game itself, and why doesn't this game run on like the Unreal Engine, for example? And it's because it's its own unique thing
Yeah.
when it comes to the fields and the crops and the differentiation between a crop that's growing, a crop that's not growing, the field over there that's different that can be altered by another player in multiplayer, and there's just so many different things and difficult things within the game itself that makes it necessary to have its own game engine as opposed to just using an off-the-shelf one that's already been around running other games.
I think it's
So,
one of the
yeah.
things which makes me love the game. Oh, sorry, huge amount of lag then.
Did you get lag? I didn't.
Yeah,
didn't
huge
see
lag.
any.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just go fix that. There we go. I think it's one of the things that makes me love the game more because I have such a deep admiration for the developers themselves and
Yes,
what they've
definitely.
achieved here.
Very much so.
I could,
Very
I could,
much so.
me and you could geek about this all day, couldn't we? It's just
Certainly could.
remarkable.
I do adore this game. Yes. There we go.
And it doesn't matter
One
how many
full
other.
hopper.
Oh well done. Do you want me to take it, or you're alright?
No, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I am just going to pick up the tractor and trailer and drive myself out to the pipe and get unloaded. So yeah, this is 62% full now. So tickety boo.
Oh, apologies. I understand. I thought you said the trailer was ready.
Oh no, yeah, it's all right. How are you getting on over there?
pretty decent. I forgot how big this field is actually because of the curvature of the field. It
Ah, did
looks
it?
it looks small, but then all of a sudden you go over the hill and you're like, there's still a lot of field. But yeah, it's going
Yeah, it
brilliant.
is a decent sized field, isn't
It
it?
is, yeah, yeah. No, I'm loving it.
Yeah.
Having a great time.
Excellent. Good stuff. I seem to be making reasonable headway with this field as well.
I
Um,
can
I think
see
I think
you're
I'll just leave you there for now.
you're about a quarter of the way through, I reckon. Maybe more.
Uh, yeah, probably. I reckon. Sounds about right. Well, in fact, you might be coming up to being. Yeah, I'll go and empty this one because the silo's not too far away.
No, it's just next to the area of sin, isn't it?
Yes,
Which hasn't
certainly is.
really. We call it that, and it's not really transpired into much sin. We haven't really
It's
dumped
not
much
been too
there.
bad, hasn't it? No, I think it was in the first couple of episodes where we just started using it as a dumping ground, didn't we?
Yeah, we didn't really know what to do with it, did we?
Yeah. Um, it does look at from a distance though. It does look at you. It does look a bit untidy. There's an old knackered caravan. There's a couple of skips, and we've
Which
got
isn't
a few loose
fair.
pallets dotted around.
Because the thing is, that's not the loose pallets are us, but the
Yeah.
rest of it, I just want to get rid of. But I suppose with me moving over to PC, we'll be able to do a lot more things, won't we?
Well, yes. Now that when we eventually get you properly set up,
Yeah, I've got to
yes, there'll
figure
be
out all the
lots of things
recordings.
that. Oh well, yeah, that's another thing, isn't it? It's there's a whole heap of learning involved, isn't there? Now you can't. Unfortunately, it's not just a case of "ooh, I've got a new PC, turn it on and off you go." There's so many things now that have got to be figured out. There's your recording software. There's all the specific to Farm Sim. Obviously there's the handful of mods that you've not been able to get access to yet, which you will be able to very very soon. But yeah, your recording software and your editing software, that's going to be a big thing.
Yeah, because of course I'm used to editing again. I'm used to editing on Mac, so I will probably end up using the Adobe suite. Like I said, there's plenty on
Yes.
there. There's Procreate. There's so many different things. But again, that's just a new learning curve as well. Because I mean, Lou,
Yeah.
who, if you've watched my multiplayer series with Lou on Valley Spring, um,
Yep.
she is a graphic designer by trade. She's the creative director of our company.
There
So
you go.
she is
Take it.
fantastic on the Adobe suite.
So she's going to be very busy.
Yeah, I mean, I will end up editing videos, but I'm hoping when she's back from Africa, she will teach me some stuff.
Yeah. Well, that's it. She'll be able to teach you a few of the basic ropes, won't she? And then you'll be able to. You might find it. You'll take to it very easily, and before you know it,
Sure.
you'll be full
Yeah.
blown Adobe editing stuff on your fancy new system, which is very fancy. I'll be honest. It's way better than mine.
Well,
Your new computer.
that's the difficulty is that if you go and buy one in 3 months, it would be better than mine. It's the way of technology, isn't it? It's there, and yours
Well,
is already amazing. So
with PCs, I'd like to think PCs aren't quite the same as the Mac. You know, like when you said that the Macs kind of very quickly outdate themselves because before you know it, they've updated the processor in whatever the device might be. Like iPhones. iPhones are redundant after like 3 or 4 years, aren't they? They bought another one out and another one and another one, and before you know it,
the
you know,
software chokes
well,
it.
yeah. But PCs, you can, especially with yours is pretty future proof, and that's a point I always try and make when looking and buying at PCs is that the word you want to be focusing on is future proofing as much as possible. So the last thing you want to do is spend a huge chunk of money like you have done to find in 6 months' time. Oh, you've got to replace this and replace that. When I first bought my first proper gaming PC, it stayed as it was for probably about 8 or 9 years, and
Wow.
it was still perfectly capable of doing most things, but it was when I was reaching out into the world of YouTube and considering editing and all that kind of stuff that I had to think, look, if I want this to work and I don't want to be frustrated by technology bottlenecking things, I need to throw a few quid at replacing the internals of this thing, just to keep it future proof. So again, when I did that with mine about a year or so ago, mine isn't quite as, it's mainly the graphics card. You know, my processor is one down from the one you've got a Ryzen 9 and I've got a Ryzen 7, and your new graphics card, you've got a 4090 RTX, which is it a 4090 or a 4080, one of the two, but it's a
90, I think.
it's a selfish graphics card. It's awesome.
I see. None of this means anything to me, guys, because I'm like, people watching this might go, ooh, but to me, I'm like, it's got really nice LED lights in it.
It's got LED lights in it. There you go, everybody. All this money on a brand new PC, all singing and all dancing. It's got 64 gig of RAM, has it? I think.
Yeah, 64 gig of RAM.
I did spec you the same as mine in that respect.
Yeah.
But no, it's got LED lights in it. That's all that matters.
It's really pretty, guys. And
it's pretty.
It's pretty. But of course, when I start gaming with it, I'll be like, okay, yeah, I get it now. But I haven't actually started. I've just been using it, installing.
Well, you've been busy. It takes a while to get it all set up, as a lot of people will know. You can't just. Well, I suppose you can, but you ordered yours from one of these places that build computers for you. So we spec'd it as you wanted it. They spent a couple of days building it, testing it, posted it out to you, but it's still got to be set up for you. You got to register Windows and do all that nonsense and update it all and then download the software that's specific to what you want, all your games and Steam and OBS and all that kind of stuff. I've got to teach you OBS, haven't I?
Yeah, and of course I'm using my D drive for my gaming, my C drive for my work. So I've really been focusing on getting it work ready because my work is paying for it. Well, my business is paying for it. So, and I know I've not even scratched the surface. But I was doing work this morning on the PC. I was actually doing work. So, and it's just things like getting your passwords, because I have my keychain on my my Macintosh. So I use my fingerprint and it fills out the.
Oh, okay.
And it's phenomenal. But now the PC, of course, they've got the PIN. So I put in my 4-digit PIN, and it's just like using your fingerprint. So I was like, that was one thing that I was a bit stressed about, because of course I have to use very long and complicated passwords because I'm protecting data. But yeah, no problems. It's come on such a long way since I've used a PC. So all the things I like about... Apologies, sorry.
No, carry on, go on.
I was just saying, a lot of the things that I love about Macintosh, the Microsoft have adopted in a slightly different way, but they've adopted it. So to me, I'm like, okay, this is good. It's starting to tick a few more buttons each time I do something new. I'm like, okay, that's good. That's good. Yeah.
Yeah. It will become second nature before you know it, mate. It really will. But there was. I mean, that was just one thing. I suppose it's all down to personal preference and stuff. But you were just talking about like your PIN number and stuff that Windows offers. Now that's personally, I don't have PIN numbers or passwords on my computer because it's not a laptop. Windows, obviously that operating system is designed to run on a laptop or a desktop. If you have a laptop and you're likely to be mobile with it, taking it out in public, on the train, whatever, going to different places, then the security you have on it is probably vital in that respect. But your desktop ain't going. So you can remove the PIN number if you wanted to just be able to turn your computer on and just have it come on without having to go through security processes.
Yeah, I think because of the our company signed up to the Data Protection Act, even though it's a desktop, I still have to do it.
No, okay, that's fair enough.
I knew.
Completely understand.
It's a bit annoying, but yeah.
Oh, well. It is what it is.
It is what it is, and I think we're very close to coming up to halfway on our recording.
Oh, goodness me. You couldn't have timed it better. We're literally 9 seconds over the 30-minute mark. So, yes, you're absolutely bang on.
So we'll bring everyone back in when we're... I'll finish topping this and bring everyone back in, shall we?
Absolutely, mate, yep. Okie dokie,
Alright.
everyone. We shall see you all very soon.
See you in a bit. Bye now.
Bye-bye. Hello again, everyone. How are you doing, mate?
Really good. I'm now harvesting.
Excellent. And I'm now finished harvesting. I've just had a quick check. We've got 20,000 and... Hang on. Where are we? 20,558 litres of corn in the silo. I've got 21,000 in my trailer here, and I think there's a few litres left in the combine,
Wow.
which I'll get over there any second now. So 40, probably north of, hovering around 50,000 litres, I think we'll have had off this field. Ooh,
That's
crash
excellent.
counter. I've just gone full speed into the gate. How I managed that, I don't know.
It's going to be one of those days today.
Yeah, probably.
I've got my second full hopper. So I've done 12,000 litres already, and I've not even done one full pass.
Well, what's the unload button here? What am I doing? I will come and run trailer for you when I've got this job done.
Nice.
Queuing up at the silo here. Check this out.
I have to spin around anyway because the unload point's the opposite
Oh, you
side.
do, don't you?
Yeah.
Okie dokie. I shall navigate my way backwards out of this one. There we go. Yeah, I'll just go in. I'll go and empty what's in the combine now, and then I shall be. I shall run cart for you.
Lovely. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. So you got much going on this week? You got a busy week, or what's left of the week?
What's left of the week? Yeah. Well, just setting up this beast. Apart from that,
yes.
I'm in London next week for the Climate Technology Show. My business is a media partner to it, so we are attending and meeting with people and doing all that good stuff.
But is that all week, is it, or most of the week, or
most of the week? It's
okay.
It is actually only Tuesday and Wednesday, but we're launching our new site on Monday, hopefully.
Right.
And we're launching another magazine on Monday, so I'm like packed Monday, London Tuesday, Wednesday, and then Thursday, Friday I've got a lot of meetings, like at-home meetings. So I'm excited but apprehensive because it sounds bad, and I'll have to use. There's a lot of the big C going back round.
Yes, there is, isn't there? Unfortunately, there's a new strain apparently.
Yeah, I don't want to use the word because I don't want this to get blocked on YouTube.
Will that happen? Will it?
Sometimes, if you.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's some words that trigger YouTube, so I won't use the actual word.
I didn't know that. There you go.
But that's one of the. I was actually out this morning, walking my dogs, and I bumped into one of the dogs we see all the time, Bruno the pug. Love him, and his owners are just amazing. They're fabulous people. Get on with them like a house on fire. And he got COVID at a conference, and now his wife's ill, and just said everybody's catching this. Oh, I used the word.
Well, I was just about to say you.
I'll bleep it out.
Oh, don't be daft. Well, I don't think. Yeah, I'm sure I've heard other videos say.
COVID.
The
big
the
C.
C word.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a very real thing. It's not like it's an offensive term or anything, is it?
No.
I'd be. Yeah, it's a very real thing. We all know what it is. We've all had to live through it these last few years, haven't we?
Yeah. But I know it's not a very because he was out walking Bruno,
Yeah.
and he just stayed well away from me, saying got back from a conference, got ill. So, whoa,
Yeah.
sorry.
Here you
Um,
go. Tip into the trailer.
nice.
I'm,
I'll
I'm,
just
I'm,
turn around.
of course, yeah, you're on the other side.
Oh, sugar. I'm sorry. Crash counter. Oh gosh.
Driving by Braille today, Mrs. SG.
Yes, I am.
Feel your way through there. Brilliant.
So yeah, I just have this feeling that I'm gonna come home with an illness. It just always, if there's an illness to be had, I will catch it.
Well, I suppose it's been a while, hasn't it? But it might be a good thing to mask up, mightn't it? If you're at a big a big conference with lots of other human beings there, and
Yeah.
if there's a new, I haven't read up on it too much, if I'm honest. But apparently there is another strain that's working its way through our predominantly metropolitan areas where it's more built up and there's more people around each other. So I suppose better to be safe than sorry and
Oh, gosh.
dig out the mask, as it were. Maybe.
Yeah, I reckon it might be the case. I just lots of hand wash as well.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. There is that. What side's your? It's on this side, isn't it?
Yeah, that's
On your
I've switched
your
so
right.
that you can.
There we go. There we go.
Nice.
Unloading on the fly. What do you run at? 9?
Let me check
Oh
on
no
this
no
one.
no that's
6.
not 9, is it? That's 6. Yeah. There we go.
Beautiful.
Should be rough. There we are. Clockwork. Ish.
Until we have
There
to
we
get
go.
to the end.
That's it. Yeah, and then I'll just loiter here at the end. Excellent stuff. So yeah, I suppose we need to consider doing maybe another episode in the next couple of days, don't we? Or get together
Yeah.
and sort out
100%.
next week's. Oh, you're doing Headlands. I could have followed you then, couldn't I?
I don't think you would have fit through.
Oh, so what? You could handbrake a bus through there.
Oh, you can here, yeah.
Although I may as well stop now because you're there.
You just got a load of sugar beet on your head.
I did, yeah. Cab corn or cab beet, as a millennial farmer would call it.
Is that what he calls it?
Yeah, so yeah, I suppose we need to get together and maybe do another episode, don't we?
Yeah, next week's gonna be mental for me.
Yeah.
In a good way,
absolutely, mate.
obviously. But,
Absolutely.
and I'll probably be a zombie in the evenings as well.
I'm a zombie every evening.
The sofa loves us, doesn't it?
Yes, I am partial to my sofa. Very much so. Looking a bit warm where I always sit.
Yeah, me too. I have a spot, and that is my spot. No one.
Yes.
And if my girls sit on it, my dogs, I'm like, give them one look, and they move.
I can't do that with my dog. He's got his own part of the sofa. We've got one of these really big L-shaped sofas, and he has one end.
That's
in
brilliant.
fact, almost a half of it.
Well, he is 50
that's-
kilograms.
He is a vast doggy. Yes.
My husband just moves for the dogs. I'm like, no, you need to teach him a lesson. Like, we are like, we're in charge here. So, oh no, it's all right.
Yeah.
I'll just pick a different seat.
Apparently, you're in charge. You tell yourself you're in charge.
Yeah, they walk all over us.
Literally.
Mhm.
Yeah.
They do a lot of that.
Yeah.
They do the. Oh, I just love them though. The cuddles.
Yeah. No, I'm the same.
Nothing quite
I
like
it
it.
when Max gets in bed with us,
Mm.
and that's
You must have a huge bed if you can fit him in.
it's just a normal king size bed, I guess. I'm going to go and empty this in the silo. I'm at 92% now. So
Nice.
yeah, it's just a normal king size double bed. But yeah, it's when he lies in the middle between us, it's there's not a huge amount of room.
I love that.
It's hilarious.
So we need
It
to talk
really
about
is.
food. We haven't talked about food in this episode yet.
We must talk about food, must we? Yeah. I must admit, we've been quite lazy the last couple of days because Mrs. Farmer Sim is collecting McDonald's. McDonald's have got that monopoly thing on again. So literally the last 2 days we've had McDonald's for tea. We've ordered it on Uber Eats or whatever it is, and it's
Yum.
dinner. And it's obviously I'm not it's junk food. I wouldn't even necessarily call it food. It's just crap, isn't it? But
It's
yeah,
cheap, isn't it,
so
as well, though?
well,
It's cheaper than Burger King.
ish. Oh, but I want Burger King. We don't have. There is actually a Burger King in the process of being built in my local town,
Yeah.
which I cannot wait for because I much prefer Burger King. The chips are better, and or fries for our American friends, and the burgers are just better. They're just better. I love them. So I'm very much looking forward to when that arrives.
They both certainly have a place in the market because one is if me and Liam order, you're spending at least another £5+ on a Burger King versus a McDonald's.
Yes.
But you
Yeah,
can
you
taste.
probably
I think
are.
you can taste the difference.
Oh, you can. No, I couldn't agree more. You can. The fries are better. Every time I've had a Burger King, the fries are always dead nice and hot and crispy.
Yeah.
Whereas McDonald's fries,
They're
10
floppy and wet.
seconds. Yes, it's like they have just been through the washer.
Yeah.
Occasionally, you might be lucky and get a fresh batch.
Yeah.
And when you get handed them over, but every single time, without fail, even though it's really cool being able to literally not leave the sofa, press a few buttons on your phone, and then within 40 minutes you've got your McDonald's being knocked on your front door. Their fries do not travel, regardless of what the company does to try and keep things hot, whether they put them in one of those fancy bags and all that stuff. McDonald's fries do not travel.
No, they
They're
don't.
always cold and flaccid, and it's rubbish.
Yeah. I'm gonna do up and
Which
downs
is why we
now,
never
buddy.
get them. And say again.
I'm gonna do up and downs now.
Okay, yep, rock and roll.
Yeah,
Rock
do you
and
know
roll.
what? When you sent me a picture last night, because we do send each other pictures as well, food as well, with those people.
Yeah.
But I don't post them on social media or anything. I'm not one of those people. But
Oh God, no. No.
we do
Absolutely not.
sometimes send pictures of our food to each other, don't we? And I
Yeah,
noticed
look what
you
I'm
had
eating.
2 burgers and nuggets. I was like, there's definitely no
Yes.
chips there.
No, I never bother because it's just abject disappointment if you get a McDonald's and you get chips delivered.
It just
You
said,
just
yeah.
go,
What size nugget box was that? I couldn't tell.
20, of course.
I don't.
But-
To me, in my opinion, there shouldn't be any other size than 20. Like, what's the point?
Well, exactly. I didn't have them all. I need to, I need to say that they weren't all for me. Mrs. Farmer Sim had a few, and even Max gets a few. He always we had our McDonald's, so he would have had a couple of hamburgers. I was upstairs at my computer actually working on Court Farm. So Mrs. Farmer Sim very kindly. I was just sitting here with my headphones on, staring at my screen. I think I was editing a video, and where I sit in my room, my back is to the door, so I'm just sitting there doing what I do, and just plonk. All of a sudden, just a big tasty with bacon and a Big Mac and half a box of nuggets lands on my desk, and it's like sweet.
What a
That'll do for
legend.
me, and a barbecue sauce, of course.
Always
That was
barbecue
mega.
sauce.
It is, yes.
Me
it's
too.
always barbecue. I am partial to the sweet curry sauce that they
that
do.
is
That is rather good.
lush.
But I never go. Mrs. Farmer Sim's quite partial to the sweet and sour
Sweet.
as well.
Sweet and sour, yeah. I sometimes get the sweet and sour, but I have to always, if I go for the sweet and sour, I always have to have the barbecue as well because it's like
Yeah.
I can't not have the barbecue.
I tell you what annoys me actually, because I have been I'm relatively experienced at ordering McDonald's on Uber Eats. But when you order nuggets from McDonald's on Uber Eats, you can't progress forward with your order until you have selected 4 dips, right?
Yeah.
You can't do it. It says you must order 4 dips. So you spend minutes going, right, what dip do you want? This, that, and the other. And you select them all, you put them through, and then 90% of the time, they forget to put them in the bloody bag.
Oh,
So it's like, what? When they had, it's just like spicy red hot dip available, and I was like, oh, I'll try that. I was really excited for that. No, they forgot to put it in the bag. Well, that was annoying.
that is very annoying.
Yeah, and they've not had it ever since. It just seems to have vanished off the menu. Obviously, like a one-time thing.
One-time
I
thing.
don't know. I'm hungry now, though. You swine.
This is what happens. We talk about food before
Yeah.
we've even had our lunch, and then
I know.
we're like done. We're done in.
We're done in, and I've got to go shopping before I can eat anything. I've got very little in today.
No. I went
I
shopping.
know.
I went shopping yesterday, just like to pick up essentials. So
Although
I do have
I
something.
should have done 2 birds. I have already actually been out today, but I had to go down to town to get my good friend a birthday.
That's very
And I
sweet.
gone to the shops and bought some food. Yeah, we've had this long-standing tradition over the last few years, even though we're both in our 40s. We still very much appreciate Lego, so we always get each other a Lego car of some description, because we're both massively into cars, and Neil in particular, he's a racing driver, and he works for a race team, and he's always, every year he's gallivanting around the world. I think he's in Japan at Fuji at the minute, actually.
Nice.
But he goes to Le Mans every year and does Le Mans. So I found a Lego Le Mans car. I think it's an old Ferrari P30 or P330 or something like that.
That's so cool.
Yeah, I didn't even
That's
know
a
that
lovely
existed. It
tradition.
was like,
That's such a nice tradition to do. I love
it
stuff
is.
like that.
We're both kids at heart. So yeah, it was.
Oh, sorry.
No, that was my fault. I intruded into your personal space before your.
I was like, no.
your pipe was out. But yeah, it's pretty cool. So yeah, we always get each other some form of little Lego. Nothing silly, like just one of them 20 jobs. But yeah, I'm looking at a few. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them around me as we speak in my office here around the computer.
So cool.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. We're in our 40s, for God's sake.
Do you know what? I think, especially Lego, that I reckon the majority of people that play Farm Sim have some love for. That's a bit of a general sweeping comment, but we all have similar likes, don't we? We like vehicles and.
Yes, I'd like to think so. I think you're right. Yeah, we're all of a
just
similar
gonna go down
ilk.
here.
We all appreciate machinery
And I think Lego is like one. I know there's a couple. There's a guy. His YouTube name's Triple D Honey. Such a sweet
Triple
guy.
D Honey.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's a beekeeper as well, and he's one of my first ever viewers that commented on my videos, and he also videos a lot of Lego stuff as well.
Oh really?
Yeah, which is
that's
really
cool.
And
Yeah,
of course, Mr. Seeley P with I think it's his wife that works at Lego.
Oh, that's right. Yes, I did know that. That's so cool.
I know. I think when one of the stores closed down, they got loads of discounted stuff as well.
Oh,
so he
that would be amazing.
So he stocked up on some really good stuff.
Oh, that's actually filled me with jealousy, to be honest. That would be so cool. Because as much as I love, I've been brought up with Lego. Lego was one of the only things, or one of the few toys that I regularly played with when I was an actual child.
Yeah.
Even though I'm still technically a child now,
Yeah.
in my mind. Um, yeah, it's just one of the greatest toys. It teaches you so much. Teaches you so much, like just about just the way things work together, the way things fix together. It's dexterity. It teaches you dexterity and doing things with your hands. It's wonderful.
It is, isn't
Um,
it? It is
yeah, it
absolutely
really is.
wonderful.
It's so expensive.
It is expensive. It is.
Oh, I tell you what.
What?
Actually, while we're talking on the topic of Lego
Yeah.
and YouTube channels,
Yeah.
I've watched on my original YouTube account, which I have all sorts of nonsense on. There's a channel called Beyond the Brick, and it's entirely focused on Lego,
Oh,
but
that's cool.
predominantly custom stuff. So,
Ooh.
but when I'm talking 1 million piece battleships and the kind of stuff that you see at Lego conventions. Not that I've never been to a Lego convention. It's just the kind of but these guys go to Lego
Yeah.
conventions. But there'll be like a group of people who've built like the USS Ronald Reagan, which is an aircraft carrier. But it's built in sections, and you couldn't fit it into your house. It's that big. It's vast, and
Oh,
it's
I
got all the
love
aeroplanes
that.
out on the deck, and it's got all the Lego figurines, and it's about 20 foot long. It's
Serious.
incredible. Yeah. Serious, mate. And they have. It's the kind of place where they'll showcase. Have you seen the full size Lego cars, like a Bugatti Veyron? That's an
I
actual size of a
have.
Bugatti Veyron. That's got
Yes.
actual wheels from a Bugatti Veyron on it, but it's made of Lego.
I've only seen pictures, obviously.
Mate, unbelievable. It's got all the LED lights and stuff, and for all intents and purposes, it looks like a Veyron or a Chiron or whatever they are, the latest thing. But it's made of Lego. But it's got actual real car wheels on it, so from a distance it looks like a car. But it's amazing, and it's made up of like 2.5 million pieces.
I think I went to one of our local zoos. It may have been Whipsnade, actually. Whipsnade Zoo.
Yeah,
Um, and they had real life size animals built out of Lego, and
oh, awesome.
they were running this competition where for you to guess the number of
Pieces.
pieces. So they gave
Yeah,
you like a reference point. It might have been like a brown bear. This has this many pieces,
yeah. Okay,
and
right.
it was just really good fun. And I wasn't there. I go to zoos without children. I don't have a child, and I did used to take my niece,
Yeah.
but
They're an amazing place to go.
I just love
They really
animals
are.
so much. So,
Yeah.
and we have near us the Cotswold Wildlife Park is the only zoo in the UK where you can also take your dogs.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I take the
Oh, that's
girls
cool.
there. Um,
They get to meet some other animals.
yeah, they meet them all,
Oh, wow. That's pretty
and
cool.
it's funny because Roxy in real life um, barks at every single animal on the TV.
Yeah.
Every animal, even fake animals. So if I'm watching a sci-fi program, actually she also barks at astronauts. So in For All Mankind,
What?
she
Oh,
always
yeah.
barks at astronauts, like when they're in their outfits.
That's interesting.
When they're in their
Okay.
suits. I'll just
Yeah,
unload
yeah.
now.
Okay, yeah. I thought I was just going to give you a bit of room to turn around, but I shall. There we go. So
Cheers,
she can differentiate stuff off the telly then. That's
Yeah,
interesting.
yeah.
Oh,
But she didn't bark at anything, or like camels were right in her face, giraffes, everything. She didn't do.
well.
She didn't bark once. So
There's
I don't.
clearly a difference between how she perceives things on the telly and
On
in
the telly,
actual real life. Yeah.
I know it because I was really nervous about taking her there for the first time because she goes crazy at them. It's really
Yeah.
cute. She has a cute bark though, Roxy. Luna not so much. It's very annoying. Roxy has a really cute bark. So when she's just woofing at animals on the TV, we end up just laughing. And it's always funny. Like we were watching when we were watching Mandalorian, or not Mandalorian actually, Boba Fett, when Jabba the Hutt and their cousins come on the screen.
Yeah.
She was barking at that as well. Like,
what on earth is that?
She was like, it's so funny. But yeah, Cotswold Wildlife Park. You can take your dogs there.
Oh, that's cool.
Mm.
Well, we've only got one zoo relatively nearby us, and that's Chester Zoo, which it's quite a cool place. It's really
amazing. I have been there once.
It's very expensive. Very expensive. But,
yeah.
But it is a great day. It is cool. But I don't think we can take Max.
No. Well, I googled it.
He belongs in a zoo.
I googled to see what other zoos you can take dogs to, and none of them.
None of them?
No.
Yeah.
You can take them to the Sea Life Sanctuary in Cornwall.
Yeah.
Oopsie, I just jumped out of the cab.
Yeah, I just noticed that. You just get out. I've had enough.
I've had enough. Go home. Did you want to swap jobs for a bit?
You can do if you want. Yeah, if you want a bit of a change of scenery. We're 25 minutes into this, just into this clip, just being mindful of the time. Are we on here? Are we? Yeah. I need to remember the reference point for this now, don't I? I think it's the inside of the right wheel, isn't it, that we use as a reference point. There we go. And I need to keep my eye on the fill level, so I'm not just driving forward over the.
Yeah, you can put your pipe out if you like. Full. I'm right next to you.
Sorry, I'm in cab mode. Apologies.
I'll drive with you.
Okay. Right. Yeah. Oh, there we go. Yeah, it's kind of cool when you're harvesting in cab view, and you've got grain trailer running beside you.
That is very cool.
It is cool.
It feels more realistic.
Yes, it really does.
So should we bring everybody back in for and do a last 5-minute clip just to let people know what we've harvested and to say goodbye? Should we do that?
Yes, I think that's a very good idea actually. Yes, so we'll get this field finished, everybody, and we'll bring you back in like the boss has just said when we are. Okay, right.
Perfect.
See you all shortly.
Everyone.
Right, hello again, everyone. How are you doing? How are you, mate? Tipping the last bit there.
Tipping the last bit. 153,000.
Is that what we got from that field?
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Did we save any?
Okay.
I don't think we did we?
No, I think in the end we
sold it.
No, I think we didn't. We got rid of it all. So we've
I know what we did with it. We put it in the productions.
So we did, that's right, because what do you get from sugar beet in the productions again?
Sugar. Refined sugar.
Of course, that's where all the sugar came. Yes, right, forgive me. Yeah. You're so much better at productions than I am.
153,000 litres just off of that one field. That's insane.
And 42,000 litres of corn, which is, considering, I'm pretty sure the corn field is bigger than the sugar beet field, so that just goes to show you the difference in yield that you get from the different crops, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's insane.
That's mega. Absolutely mega. So that will come good come sell time, won't it? In fact, we just have a quick peruse. Where are we? Sugar beet is...
It's normally January,
December.
Isn't it? Ah, December.
December, according to this, at £266.
We'll cut it up,
litres.
like we did last time.
Yeah. Well, there we go, mate.
Another day, another dollar.
Another day, another 150,000 litres of sugar beet. Yeah, awesome.
And another episode done.
Absolutely, mate. Absolutely. We've had a blast. A good harvesting today. We've now just got nothing but field prep ahead of us, haven't we? Field prep.
And I love it. Awesome. I absolutely love it. Thank you so much.
Likewise,
I've enjoyed
mate.
every minute.
No, thank you, mate. Absolutely, as always, I've loved every minute. We've been busy, and thank you to everyone for watching. We really hope you have enjoyed the episode and listening to us waffle nonsense for almost an hour.
And if you have, hit that like button, comment, and subscribe. Do the YouTubey things.
Yes, please. Yes, like, comment, and subscribe, everybody, to both of the channels. There will be links in both of our channel descriptions, and
There
yes,
will be.
love to hear from you in our comments section if you've got any suggestions for us, of course. So yeah, we shall say goodbye, and we shall see you in the next episode.
See you then, everyone. Bye for now.
Take care. Bye bye.